All right, y'all, so I want to go ahead and put this in this video because I'm gonna do my intro here in a second, and I'm gonna have an intro, then I'm gonna do my intro here in a second. But I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys real quick. So thank you to everybody that support my channel. Thank you to everybody that has joined my membership. My membership right now is under $5. So if you want exclusive content and stuff like that, or more content, it will be over at that channel. Things are going not at that channel, but it's gonna be in a membership. So things that I don't talk about like on the channel, or I don't talk about it in order or whatever, like all of that stuff will be on the membership. This particular video that y'all will not be seeing to Tuesday or whatever, like this is already uploaded to the membership. All 3 parts, it's just on there as like a movie. So longer videos and stuff like that, it's automatically uploaded there first, and then I'm gonna cut this video in pieces for the rest of you guys to be able to watch or whatever. So what I think I'm gonna do is cut this video down into 30-minute increments. This video is already going to like 30 minutes. I really had wanted to keep them down to like 15, but it would be so long before I get this whole video up if I did it like this. So I'm gonna cut it into 30-minute increments and edit it, and I'm gonna still have to add commercials. I have like a lot of other stuff that I have to add, but I just want to say, y'all, this will be a longer video to my members. I know I've been kind of slipping with the content. I have had a lot of stuff going on. I will talk to you guys about that in like a later video at a later date, because I have a lot of stuff that I need to actually see edit. This video went from like a 15-minute video, you guys, to a whole hour and a half video. I know a lot of people are like gonna watch that, but I also know a lot of people do like to get the whole video so they don't get lost in the sauce, or if they miss one upload, y'all all the way lost. So for my members, I'm gonna go ahead and upload it today for you guys as I edit it. Y'all will either have this Sunday, which is today, July the 18th. I did film this July. I'm filming this right now, July the 18th, which is a Sunday. Y'all, my members will either get this Sunday or y'all will get this Monday. And I'm just gonna, like the other uploads that y'all see or whatever, like it's just, y'all and I already seen it if y'all are a member. So thank you guys to everybody that's a member of my channel. If you're not a member, like I said, it's $5 or under. I know it's under 10 or whatever to join a membership. Thank you for your support. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this up and go ahead and upload this for my members. I can't think of anything else I was gonna say. Shop the merchandise. Follow me on, what is that? Follow me on all my social medias. Just link down in the description. Leave a thumbs up on this video. Let me know if y'all like this kind of content, and let me know if y'all want more of this type of content or whatever, or if this was just boring as the fucking y'all was like, sis, now what the fuck, because these are more serious videos and they are more serious topics. So I don't see the point, or I don't see the need to be like, oh my god, yeah, what's that? Like, I don't feel the need of the hyper energy and all that. So with that being said, y'all, yeah, I'm working on other things besides YouTube content. This content will be placed on more places than just YouTube, so you guys will know. We're working behind the scenes on other stuff, and I'm also working on other stuff in my real life that was getting on my nerves. I think that's kind of all I had wanted to say, you guys. This video is just me explaining to you the clips, me showing my kids' definition and their First Amendments. If that's boring to you, if that's something that you don't want to watch, then I suggest you go somewhere else. But I am here in the beginning of the video to let you know that this is a longer video. Also, thank you to everybody that support me. Thank you to everybody that support my family. Shout out to Anthony. I do not want to forget to shout Anthony out, because Anthony is that real MVP. I really want to send Anthony something. I just have to remember when I do have time. Like, yeah, I have so much stuff going on. It's ridiculous. But yeah, it's gonna be a longer video, so grab your popcorn. I'm gonna do this in 30-minute increments. So that means y'all should have a video Tuesday, Thursday, and next Tuesday will be the end of this, and then I can finally upload to you guys the other content that I'm gonna do, which is gonna be the boys' daycare, and then I can get back to the clean with me, the house tours, and all the other stuff that you guys like. Let me know that in the comments what y'all want to see. And what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Blacsheep Family and Autism. My name is Nicole. If you're new here, and if you're new here, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, be down with the gang. So I think I still have to edit this video because the background is jacked up. But what I had wanted to say in this video, in this what do you call it? Intro. Don't forget to shop a Blacsheep Family. The website will be linked down in the description. It'll be up here somewhere, sometime in the video. Y'all, I don't know how I'm gonna edit this video. But with that being said, let me go ahead and put my disclaimer in this video. Me teaching Carter and Crystal their amendments. Me teaching Carter and Crystal their amendments and some definitions. Like, when you start teaching your kids about their amendments, like the first 10 amendments, because we're still on the first 10, and as you can see by this video, we're really still on our first 2, and then remembering that and getting that down packed or whatever. I'm not teaching them this because it's an open case. It's just something that they need to know. For one, Carter needs to know a lot of his rights or whatever with the stuff that be going on with him. And Crystal wants to be an attorney when she grew up. She said that she wanted, at one point she had wanted to do YouTube, and now she says she wants to be a attorney, which is cool. Like, I'm all for that. Like, I'm the type of parent, I'm not big on my kids having to go to school, but I do at least want them to get a high school diploma. But with getting a high school diploma, I also want them to know that their rights. Your 10 amendments they used to teach you in school around this age, and clearly they're not. I don't even know why or when they took the amendments out of school. Also, with these amendments, a lot of things came into like question. So that's why I started with the evidence or whatever, like not the evidence, but the definitions that y'all will see in this video. So it's not because this case is open, and it's not to try to outdo the other parent, even though I'm sure now that I'm teaching them this stuff, I'm pretty sure that they're going to want to now jump on a bandwagon. But you know, I'm always the first to do it. You know, I get talked about for doing YouTube, but yet the other person in this matter wants to do YouTube now. What else was I gonna say, y'all? But yeah, disclaimer, this is not to outdo the other person. It's just stuff that the schools are not teaching. And far as with the schools and stuff like that, what they're not teaching, that's gonna be a whole different video. Like far as with these schools in Ohio, how they having 3-year-olds take, not 3-year-olds, my bad, y'all. I'm thinking 3, but 3rd graders, how they're having them, what is it, y'all? I can't even recall, but it's something to do with like the LGBTQ community. And I understand that all, you know, gay people or that whole community don't always support everything that just has them tagged to it or whatever. Like, I do know that. But y'all know those gonna be our late night talks. So if you don't have that notification bell hit, you might as well go ahead and hit it now. And that's our late night talks where we're gonna talk about the LGBTQ+ and all the stuff that's going on in the school, y'all. I'm just gonna say this. Schools have in Arkansas, because I can only speak on Arkansas because that's the school that my kids are in, and this is also the state that I'm in. In the state of Arkansas, they have took out cursive writing. They have took out home ec, for what I understand. Clearly they don't teach the kids the amendments anymore. They took all this stuff out. And some places, different places, like kids can, like in junior high and high school, take, you know, courses to go with a trade, and they leave out of school with a high school diploma in a trade. They don't do any of that anymore. So all of that burden, and I'm not really gonna say all of it, but that burden falls on a parent to teach their kids. Like, I already know that the schools are not gonna teach my kids how to cook. The schools are not gonna teach our kids how to clean. The schools have their own narrative going on. And I will say this, public school is government funded. So all the politickery stuff that be going on in like our real life, our kids are getting it firsthand. When people don't understand why LGBTQ+ community and stuff like that, history is in our kids' school, how are y'all gonna teach this type of history, but y'all can't even get Black history correct? Matter of fact, y'all can't even get other history right. And I'm gonna leave that for a whole nother video or a whole nother live. But y'all can't even get this stuff right. Like Black people grow up thinking that they only history is slavery, and it's not. They don't know this stuff. And you can't depend on the very people that sat here and enslaved you to teach you the same, to teach you that that's not your history. You know, schools are not gonna teach Black kids that, bro, y'all were here first, or our ancestors was here first. Schools are not gonna teach us that. Like, schools are still teaching kids that Christopher Columbus discovered us. So discovered America. So, let that settle in. Schools are still teaching people or kids that that Thanksgiving is like really to show thanks. If you ever notice, if Thanksgiving was so good and such a great thing to learn or a great thing to know, why do Indians not even celebrate it? Why do Indians still be salty? Why do Indians have, you know, why do Indians have some of the, I'm not even gonna say privileges because they fought for that type of stuff or whatever. why is it that your regular police, government police, why can't they go on Indian territory, Indian land? Why can't they go inside Indian casinos and things of that nature? Like, it's deeper than what schools are teaching your kids. So I'm not going to say that it's not important for your kids to get a high school diploma, but I feel like history should be taken out because they're not even going to sit here and teach it right anyway. But I do know that my kids will need history to graduate high school. So I'm for my kids learning the stuff that they need to learn, like the bare necessities, which is science, math, and things of that nature, you know. So like, I'm for that, but I also know that there's a lot of stuff in school that in these schools that our kids is just not getting taught. Like credit is something real big that schools need to put in. Business is something that schools need to put in, but I know schools are not putting that in and they're taking all this stuff out. Matter of fact, credit has never been anything that they were taught. The importance of owning your own land is something that's never been taught. Like, it's just so much stuff that our kids don't know. So this is why I'm teaching my older 2 kids certain things, and I'm starting with the basis, which is the first 10 amendments. Then it's gonna be, you know, then it's gonna go on from there. I'm teaching them also definitions to go with these amendments, because when you're learning definitions, like, my kids don't even know what a clause is. So they had questions about, well, what is a clause? And I kind of have to explain it, and y'all will see that in this video where I'm explaining to them what certain things are in this video. Like what a clause is, I'm explaining to them, because like I have to kind of water it down so they can understand it, so they can absorb it, my bad, y'all. So it's things like the law. Krista kind of know what a law is, evidence, law evidence, and like there's a difference. So I'm teaching them this type of stuff, and to be honest with y'all, my kids are very much the type of kids that wants to learn this type of stuff. They like this type of stuff. Now I ain't even gonna sit here and cap with y'all. Carter was ready to get back on his video game. Like, he wasn't even trying, because he was ready to get back on his video game, and he was like, yeah, okay, yeah, whatever, boo boo boo, blah 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 this. My kids didn't know what manipulation was. Like, so yeah, y'all gonna see them answering some of these questions. Just know that they only learned this stuff the night before. So a lot of stuff that they don't know and stuff like that, we only was working on it for one night. But it's very much important to me, my kids' education. Not just Julian and Jackson education, but all my kids' education. And if you see that the school is not doing certain things, I think you as a parent should make sure your kids know this stuff. You don't want your Karens, you don't want your kids to be out here like sitting ducks, like they don't know anything. And like, as I'm learning this stuff, it's what I'm teaching my kids as well. And so this is not the brag, this is not the boost, this is not none of that stuff. It's just stuff that I'm teaching my kids. Just so they can be aware of their surroundings. But my kids are still pretty much like my kids be chilling, y'all. So yeah. But anyway, y'all, this is getting lengthy. The video itself is already long, and I'm going to come in and say certain things in this video as well. So I don't want it to be too long. But yeah, get y'all popcorn. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Leave down in the comments. Comment whatever y'all want to comment. I do talk back and forth with y'all. Like the video, share it out. Thank you to everybody that is a part of my membership. Shout out to Anthony. Anthony is like, y'all can't have a better supporter than Anthony. Like, Anthony is that supporter, y'all. But anyway, I'll see y'all later. What are some of the definitions that we learned last night? Well, what are some of the words that we learned?
Evidence.
Yep.
False evidence.
Yep.
Forging
evidence. Y'all don't remember? Like I said, I was gonna be popping in at this video. So the video goes from like they down in the definitions that they learned last night to the amendments, and it only skips like that because like I wanted to see what could they remember off the top of their head, like that we actually went through and went over last night, just to see what they was retaining and how long it takes them to retain certain information. And like in a packet, because I do print out their stuff or whatever, so it's kind of like a study guide or whatever, they can study and things of that nature or whatever. So the first page is their amendments, because that's how this whole, all these definitions and stuff like that got brought into this, and that's why there's kind of like legal stuff, because we were going over they amendments and their rights and things of that nature, y'all. Go ahead. So the first page is the amendments, right?
It's Bill of Rights.
Like I said, all these definitions stem from the First Amendments. Y'all know the First Amendment is, the freedom of speech, the freedom of press, the freedom of religion, and all that. So then we had got to the Second Amendment or whatever, which is the right to bear arms. Crystal kind of was reading the Bill of Rights and stuff like that, as far as the definition to the amendments and also to bear arms. So protection and the right to bear arms, I mean, come on, it goes hand in hand. So we're talking about that, and then I want them to understand that what protection is and understand the definition of protection and the right to bear arms and stuff like that. And also, y'all, this is something that be going on in this case, that they basically trying to make the judge prohibit our Second Amendment with this whole custody case. But again, this is the Second Amendment, and this is where the whole definition comes from. So like I said, this is a lot to do with like your amendments and understanding certain, things or how they work and stuff like that, and how they're structured, so they can understand all the way around and like in a collective, 2 amendments. What is protection? What is that definition?
Protection, I know. I don't know the real definition, but I know like how to
protection is a gun.
No. Well, that's not the only protection.
Yeah, there's like knives. You can beat somebody up with your hand. Yes, you can. You can throw rocks at people and kill them if they're heavy.
Not if you're a 3-year-old.
So clearly, y'all need to study the protection more. What is verbal abuse?
Verbal abuse?
So give me a definition. All right, y'all. So verbal abuse was one of the definitions or whatever. We had got on abuse and stuff like that. So verbal abuse or whatever. That came along with like legal abuse and things of that nature or whatever, that they're still in the definition, and they also like studying. What did I want to say about this? So the whole skirt, that stuff, I put that in there because basically when I asked them what was verbal abuse, as y'all seen, and also the note take this video was filmed July 11, 2021 or whatever. And the picture quality is different because I was like doing it on Snapchat or whatever, so I could get like bits and pieces, because I didn't feel like getting the ring light out. I didn't feel like doing all this stuff or whatever, so I just snapped it or whatever, because Snapchat will fix your lighting and all that other type of stuff for you or whatever. And I'm still, and this picture quality is different or whatever, because I'm still like shooting this on my phone as I edit, so I can hear and get this content up for you guys. But when I asked them what was legal abuse, Krista immediately said her stepmama name, and she was like Dab or whatever. So with this being said, y'all, she said her stepmama name. Crystal's not ashamed to let you know that she don't like her stepmama, and that her stepmother allegedly, because I'm not there when I see it, but I will sit here and say this, allegedly, from what both of the kids says, she's always yelling at them, she's cussing, talking about some, the kids make her cuss, like Carter and Crystal, y'all make me cuss. I don't understand, like, that to me, myself, and this is gonna be like a little tangent, but how in the fuck do kids make you, as a grown-ass motherfucking supposedly adult, how do kids make you act a certain way? Like, but I'm the one with the mental issue, but yet you're telling a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old that they make you cuss, but you're so holier than thou, and we go to church every Sunday. Yeah, and I just want y'all to know that, like, this whole church shit, like, I don't feel like just because someone goes to church that they're actually good people. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. I used to believe in the Bible, I don't anymore, and that's from my own research and my own stuff that I have learned, and that's my own personal belief. Like, yes, I grew up believing in the Bible and died in prayer and all of the... that itself could be a whole nother fucking video. As a matter of fact, it could, yeah, that itself could be a whole nother fucking video with that shit. But what I will say about the Bible, what made me start questioning the Bible and doing research of the Bible is basically like, when you sit here and like most people read out the King James Bible, when you sit here and know who the fuck King James actually was and what other type of books he wrote, it's like, yeah, I don't know about you, sir. So like, yeah, that's just a whole nother story. But I also wanted to capture this and put this in a video and tell y'all, like, I put the scourge so it will like not say the person name or whatever, because basically Crystal is clear as day says this person name or whatever. And that's not alleged. Like, Crystal has sat here and came and been like, Crystal and Carter, she's yelling, they put a lock on the refrigerator. Like, it's just so much stuff that goes into this, going into this case. But I want them to understand what is verbal abuse. You saying that this person verbally abused y'all. So is this person doing this? Is this person doing that? Like do y'all even understand what y'all are saying when y'all are saying someone is verbally abusing you? You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that made me come up with like evidence and law evidence, what can and can't be used in, you know, the court of law. Like, so I want you to understand the definition of verbal abuse, but I also want you to understand the definition of like other stuff or whatever. And y'all will see that later on in this video. See, can this jog your memory?
Verbal abuse, verbal attack, or verbal violence, often referred to as physical violence, is an act of violence in the form of species to self-confidence and adds to feelings of helplessness.
Now stop. You remember when Crystal was reading it yesterday and she was reading all low and stuff like that? Jay was like, verbal, that's kind of verbal abuse. If I'd be like, well, why are you reading so low? Like, what, do you know what it's saying? Why are you reading so slow? That's a form of, or if someone keeps calling you stupid or retarded or stuff.